Hi, welcome to Writings and Lessons. Today we're going to continue talking about major and minor chords. Lesson 5 introduced the concept of major and minor chords, and today we're going to continue. So we're going to learn from a public domain song that was popular with folks prior to going to war during World War I, according to my research. It's called Till We Meet Again, and so let's get started. This is the chart for Till We Meet Again. It's in 3/4 time, just as a review. That means that every bar or measure gets 3 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, etc. The bar down here that has the line is split between 2 chords. So the 2 minor gets 2 beats, 5 gets 1. So it would be 1, 2, 3. Lesson 2 talks about split bars and explains the concept if you need to go back for a review. So the dash means that the chord is minor. If there's not a dash, it's major. This list, which is in your handout in the link below, says that if you're only playing the notes in the scale, so the C is an example, but this is applicable in every major scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of these notes are in the C major scale. And so if you're only using those notes, 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 and 5 are major, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished, and we'll talk about diminished chords in a future lesson. So when you see the 1 without a dash, it's major, and it says here that the 1 is major if you're using those notes. 2 is minor, 2 is minor, so that means the 2 is going to be like that because we're using only the notes in the scale. Look at this 6. There's not a dash, so that means it's 6 major. Down here, 6 is minor. So using the notes in the scale, 6 looks like this, and that's minor. So because there's not a dash, that tells us this 6 is going to be major, and it looks like this. It's spelled A, C sharp, E. Again, you know that it's major because there's not a dash. And down here, we said that for C or for any major scale, if you just use the notes in the scale and no other notes, so we're not using any of these sharps or flats in C major, we're just using these notes. That means that it's not A minor because there's not a dash, so it's going to look like this. We have a similar situation with 2. We have 2 minor, which has a dash and looks like this. My handout says that using only the notes in the scale, the 2 is minor. Down in the song, we have some 2s that do not have a dash. So that means they're 2 major. So that tells you there's going to be a note in these chords that do not have a dash that's outside of the C major scale. We had 2 majors in the song from our previous lesson, lesson 5, that had this chord. So a 2 major in the key of C major looks like this: D, F sharp, A. So again, when we have the 2 minor, we're using the notes in the scale, which is documented here. But if there's not a dash, that means it's 2 major, which looks like this. So we have 2 minor, we have 2 major, and the same in this section of the song. There's a minor and major version of the 2 chord. Let's play. I'm going to use just my right hand so I can point to the chords with my left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Second line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 major, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And both of these were 2 major. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now 6 major, 1, 2, 3, 2 major, 1, 2, 3, 2 minor, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to play this again with the vocal. I have a metronome, which is a free app on my phone. I have it set at 3/4 time, and the tempo is 73. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Today was a review of major and minor chords with another song. So bottom line with major and minor chords, you can keep playing and keep learning to play even if the concepts aren't completely clear. A lot of my students, it just takes a while, and it takes playing for a while before some of the theory makes sense. But you don't have to have all the theory completely, you don't have to grasp the theory completely in your head before you can continue playing. So I want to encourage you, keep learning, keep playing, and a lot of times it will just make sense. Some things you can do to promote my channel is hit the thumbs up, like button at the bottom of the video, make a comment, share the video on social media, subscribe to the channel. All those things help promote writings and lessons. I'm open and available for Zoom lessons if you want to start regular weekly, bi-weekly lessons, or if you want to just schedule a one-time lesson if you feel like you're stuck or you want to just make sure you're on track with your playing. I'm available for all of that. I have a handbook for sale for $10, and it spells out major chords, minor chords. It gives the highlights of the number system. It's not a textbook, but it does give the highlights for the number system, and definitely will help later on as we start transposing and playing in different keys. So practice, have fun, and I will See you in a week with lesson 7.